Today we're going to create a pair of boots that gives knockback resistance for 5 seconds upon taking damage, and then a staff that shoots a fireball, but only after a certain delay. Alright, so in order to do this we're going to need one of the final items of the logic category, which is primed. Primed allows you to do something on a delay or for a certain amount of time. So, see, the normal way you would do giving a player an effect for duration is gain a potion effect for a duration effect, but this only works for potion effects that are built into the game. If you want to sort of define your own potion effect, so to speak, we can use primed for that. So the first condition we're going to need to put in here is took damage from a monster. Then the effect is going to be prime the item. And we said 5 seconds, so it's going to be 100 ticks. So now the condition is going to be item is primed, and the effect will be plus knockback resistance. I'm going to give 100% knockback resistance. So let's explain what prime is. Prime is basically a state that the item is in. It's either primed or not primed, and it's primed for a certain amount of time. So if we take damage for a monster, we're saying we should set the item to being primed for 100 ticks, and then 100 ticks later the item will no longer be primed. Now prime doesn't directly affect what the item does. It's up to you as the item designer to come up with what does primed mean exactly. In this particular case, primed means plus knockback resistance. So when we take damage from a monster, we put it in the primed state for 5 seconds, and while it is primed, we get we get full knockback resistance. So to shorten this logic for how you'd write it on the item text, you say when you take damage from a monster, plus knockback resistance for 5 seconds. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's try it out in game. Alright, let's put on our boots and get a zombie to chase us. As you see, we took knockback that time, but now we do not take knockback because the item is primed. Alright, so now it's been 5 seconds. Let's try it again. And sure enough, we once again take knockback, but won't for the next 5 seconds. So now we're going to create a staff that has a sort of conjuring period, as in it takes a full second after using the staff for the fireball to actually be launched. So let's figure out how to build that. So condition will be used carrot on a stick. We're going to say cooldown of 30. Then the effect will be to prime the item. And it's going to take 1 second between using the staff and the fireball shooting, so we're going to set the ticks to 20. So now the condition to shoot the fireball will be item became unprimed. And the effect will be shoot large fireball. For this particular effect, you will need ItemBuilder 2.1 installed, so if you don't have ItemBuilder 2.1, you're using an older version, just substitute this effect for something else. So this item became unprimed allows you to do delay effects, because you can prime the item, and you don't actually care while it's primed, all you care about is the tick that it became unprimed. So this condition will be true on that tick that it loses its primed status. And using that, you can do delay effects like this. Alright, so let's try it out. We right click, and 1 second later, it shoots the fireball, and kills them all with one fell swoop. Pretty sweet. Alright, see you in the next video.